capacity. It has more capacity. Capacity, that's what I hold in me. I was a cup, but a cup fills up.
Welcome back. This God My Ministries, your man Tim, with another episode of SíDəN. Today's topic, a powerless church, with a subtitle of the measures of the Spirit. So first we have to understand that there is different measures of the Holy Spirit. So we have to understand that being filled with the Spirit is not the same thing as being baptized in the Spirit. And just because you're filled with the Spirit does not mean that you have the same measure of the Spirit as someone else who is filled. Jesus told his disciples to go and wait at Jerusalem, and not too many days following, you'll be baptized with the Holy Spirit. And when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, you shall receive power. Now, right before he ascended back to heaven to be with the Father, he breathed on the disciples like, and said, receive the Holy Spirit. So why did he tell them to wait? Because receiving the Holy Spirit is different than being baptized in the Holy Spirit. From that point on, the disciples went to Jerusalem and started praying in one accord in the upper room. And they said a mighty rushing wind enters the room, and fire appears on everyone in the room. And they were filled with the Holy Spirit. And then they began to speak in other tongues. See, this is the baptism of the Holy Spirit. Let's take a closer look at being filled with the Holy Spirit versus the baptism of the Holy Spirit.
So anytime we're talking about being filled or full, we're talking capacity. So take a cup of water. This represents the Holy Spirit. We both could drink a cup of water, and I may not be full, but you could be, because we have different capacities. Now the water that we drink, the Holy Spirit, it's inside of us. Now once we're filled to full capacity, the next step in the process is that the inner man makes the outer man release that which is inside outwardly. Now if we could take that same water that we had inside and put it into a cup and throw it into a crowd, it'd make it 1 to 2 people wet. And if we wanted to affect more people, that means our capacity would have to increase. So if we liken receiving the Holy Spirit to walking around with water inside of us, we would liken the baptism of the Holy Spirit, which means to be immersed or totally submerged in something, to the water carrying us. An example, a pool.
Jesus, the Son of God, and we understand that his mother Mary was impregnated by the Holy Spirit, so he never had to receive the Holy Spirit. And when he came to be baptized by John the Baptist, who he himself was filled with the Holy Spirit in the womb, and he came in the power and the spirit of Elijah, John himself testified that I'm not worthy to loose the sandals of Jesus. Because it's great and powerful and full of the Holy Spirit that John was, he understood that Jesus was the Christ, and he was given the Spirit without measure. So we're talking a difference of capacity. So we see Jesus. After being baptized, the Spirit descends on him in the form of a dove. Now we know that Jesus was given the Spirit without measure, but for that which he was given to manifest in the earth, Jesus' humanity as our humanity had to go through a process. The proof in the pudding is, immediately he was led into the wilderness by the Spirit, and it says that he was full of the Spirit. For something to be full, there has to be a capacity, and where there's a capacity, there's also a measure.
Understood that the wilderness, the temptations of the devil, were just tests of his faith. Or better yet said, they were means of him to increase his capacity. Hence, when he left the wilderness, he was in the power of the Spirit because his capacity had increased. But he understood he had not yet fulfilled that which he had came to do. So Jesus willingly suffered, not my will, but thy will be done. So the Holy Spirit increased to the point that it carried him to the cross, or better yet said, into the limits of humanity, because as long as the flesh was present, the Spirit had a limit. So the flesh had to die because the flesh warred against the Spirit, and when the flesh died, the Spirit was limitless to the point that death couldn't hold it. And we see the manifestation in Matthew 28 when he says, all authority and power has been given unto me in heaven and in earth, because the Spirit was without measure.
We have to decrease so that he can increase. See, we think we've received the Holy Spirit, so we're good. We say we've been filled with the Holy Spirit, so we don't have to increase our capacity. We said the Holy Spirit has taken us this far, now put me down because we've gone far enough. No, we have to allow the Holy Spirit to take us to our cross, to carry us to the limit of our humanity, so that the Spirit can be limitless and that we can fulfill and be empowered to complete that which we have been placed here to do. This is God Mind Ministries. This your man Tim. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Let me know what y'all think. Remember, he's able to do exceedingly abundantly more than you can ask or think. But it's according to the power that worketh within you. We'll be back next week with part 3 of A Powerless Church. I love y'all.